Hello everybody, welcome back into Life with Annie. And today it's been kind of a crazy day. Technical issues with things and lack of sleep. So I didn't really want to come in here and do a whole lot for supper. I actually took a little nap this afternoon, which is not something I normally do. So I remembered I had one more of these skillet meals in the freezer. Now, we tried the cheeseburger one, and I forget the brand that it was, Voila or something like that, I don't know. It was really good. I really enjoyed it for a quick meal that you don't have a lot of time, you didn't plan something out, or you just don't feel like doing a whole lot. That was a perfect meal for that night. This is going to be a perfect meal for this night. So it's the chicken Alfredo this time, and Matt loves that. So I'm hoping that he's going to enjoy this one. We actually both had seconds that night we made that meal, and there was enough left for a small lunch bowl. So it was very cost effective considering how much we ate. Okay, so this one, you get 4 of these sauce packets here. So I've got 4 of these in here, and then we've got the pasta and the chicken. So I am going to turn on my burner, and y'all, these little sauce packets, when I cooked, at least the cheeseburger one, they really melted quickly, and I didn't have my heat on very high. So yeah, that worked out really well. So I'm gonna cut these open and get them going in here, and we will come back and see how this one turns out. Y'all, I just realized this. So I took my scissors and I was opening up each one of those little packets, and I went to look and I saw this one was kind of pulled back. All you have to do, which would have been a lot simpler for me, is to pull them open. So you live and you learn. All right, so we got all 4 of our sauce packets in here. I'm gonna let this defrost, and like I said, the last time it did not take very long. And then in here we have our pasta, our chicken, and we are gonna try that new ciabatta, the ciabatta rolls that I saw. I remembered those, so we're gonna have those along with this pasta dish. And that is gonna be our supper tonight. And it's quick and easy and not a whole lot of work, unless you don't open the packets of the sauce correctly. All right, stay tuned. Okay, everything is almost melted. Like I say, this really goes fast. I was surprised that these little packets defrosted so fast. And you could cover it if you wanted to even go faster. But I've pretty much got those, except for a couple little small little pieces, nice and thawed. All right, one more little piece here. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and add in our bag. And again, we're gonna add in 1/2 cup of water. And it gives you directions on here if you wanna do a full bag or half of a bag. So if it's, it's just gonna be you could just make half of it. But we're gonna have lunch with it, so, or seconds. All right, so I'm gonna just mix this up, and it's got the chunks of chicken in there. I know someone said something about the last one not having a lot of the meat. It was very flavorful meat. Maybe if you want a little extra meat, just make a few little simple meatballs just with some salt and pepper and throw them in. But, it's just defeating the purpose of going there and making a real big meal if you have one of those days. And I had one of those days today. When I left early this morning, my phone icon was missing off of my phone. So I'm like, how am I supposed to call people? And so I had to, my sister helped me figure out what we needed to do to, I'm just gonna add in a 1/2 cup of water to bring it back. So we were playing with that because y'all, we are not technical people. And so we didn't have any technical husbands around at the time, so we were trying to figure it out. And I finally, as a miracle, I just got it to finally show back up. So it's good there. Then when I got home and I took a little nap, and when I woke up, we had no internet. So I called Matt, and he had gotten a message from the cable company around here where our internet's through. And yes, they must be working on something. And it was going to be back by 6 o'clock. So we still got about an hour and a half. But I still have TV. So that's all good. All right. So there is our, and this has to cook for 13 to 14 minutes. So I'm just going to cover it real quick, turn it down, while I try these ciabatta rolls with real cheese, mozzarella, provolone, and Parmesan. So I was kind of surprised. I pulled one out to look at it, and it's like a whole little slab of bread there with lots of cheese on it. So I'm going to make just one of these, and we'll have this with our, I'm going to cook this in my toaster oven. So we'll just put that on there like that. That'd be kind of neat if you want to have like a quick lunch and you want to put some marinara sauce on it and maybe some pepperoni, some olives, mushrooms or something. Have yourself a little mini pizza. So that is going to be our supper tonight. So it's 4:25 for 10 to 12 minutes. I think it said on this. Yeah, 4:25, 10 to 12 minutes. So that's what we're going to have for our supper tonight. And I will come back and show y'all what this looks like a little bit closer to time to eat. I'm going to put this back. I'll put it in a freezer bag and put this part back in the freezer. So we'll have it for another meal, possibly another skillet meal. This was the last one that we had. So we'll see how good this one is. Matt loves this particular type. What I say it was, Alfredo or something. That's not my favorite. I don't usually order that when I go out to a restaurant, but he does love this. So hopefully it'll be good for him tonight too. And I'm sure I'll love it too. All right, y'all, we'll show you the results soon. Let's check on this chicken Alfredo. Okay, can y'all see it bubbling away in here? Let me kind of turn you a little bit. There you go. I'm going to say it's done. And that's what we got. Oh, and our ciabatta bread is done. All right, so I'm just going to leave that cover on there. Let me go get the bread and we will put this meal together. Okay, I sliced our ciabatta roll up. Let's plate this up. So I am going to go ahead and make a bowl for me. It really smells good. That I will say. That's what it's looking like. And I always like to put a little bit of pepper on mine. And then get a piece of this ciabatta bread. Let me wipe this little edge off and be fancy today. Okay, there is today's skillet meal, chicken Alfredo with some ciabatta bread, some cheesy ciabatta bread. Now this looks mighty hot, but I'll take one for the team. How about that? Okay, just one little piece of pasta. y'all, I have to say, these skillet meals are not bad for one of those when you're in a hurry, you've had a rough day, you've had a busy day, you don't feel like cooking. These are pretty tasty. I'm not mad at it at all. So I heard Matt come in the door, so he'll get situated and then we will sit down and eat our meal. Thank y'all so much for watching, and we'll see you again real soon. Bye, everybody.